So what's the deal with OnlyFans? Let's talk about it. Pornography is ruling the internet. Just in the United States alone, it's a $5 billion a year industry. 1 in 10 surveyed Americans admit to being addicted to some form of pornography. Enter OnlyFans. OnlyFans is basically a pornographic website that allows you to create your own channel and upload or live stream pornographic content. Most of these channels you have to subscribe to. And what's dangerous about this and what's most troublesome is that people of any age almost can create one of these channels. And recently I was on X and I was scrolling through and I saw one particular girl that had talked about she had just come from her church and she had raised nearly $8 million on OnlyFans, and she truly believed that God was proud of her success. I'm deeply troubled about this, and I believe that in today's society we're raising a group of narcissists instead of people that will contribute to society in a positive way. I believe this is a failure of parenting, and I know it's hard, and I know as parents we're all busy, but we can't let our kids be raised by screens, because screens are not babysitters. Screens are programmers. And what I mean by that is whatever your child watches and learns on screen is what they'll duplicate in life. And it'll actually recondition your child's thought patterns if you let it. So what does the Bible have to say about this? In Proverbs 7, the whole chapter warns against lust, sexual immorality, and exploitation. And it warns against seductive behavior that leads others to sin. And this whole chapter likens OnlyFans to nothing more than modern day prostitution. As we know, this has extremely harmful spiritual consequences. Romans and 1 John together, they both warn us against lust and against loving sinful desire. And only a fool would defend OnlyFans, saying that lust and sinful desires are not core elements of the experience. Bottom line, OnlyFans promotes sexual content for profit. That is prostitution. And worst of all, it's the prostitution of our children for the entire world to see for a fee. And the Bible is clear about sex. God created sex, but He created it to be between one man and one woman within the confines of marriage. God's plan for marriage is not to be a spectator sport. And the more that we disillusion ourselves to believe that this is okay, the more calloused we become within ourselves of the truth. What truth are we talking about? The truth that every time we participate in these things, we give a piece of ourselves away to it. And sleeping around costs us much more than we're ready to admit. The more people that you sleep with, the more difficult it becomes for you to commit to a single person. And the reason that is because marriage means a coming together. God didn't say to Adam and Eve, okay, now say your vows, now you're married. What He said was, be fruitful and multiply. So that word marriage means coming together. So by that standard, how many people have we been married to? And if that's true, the more people that we sleep with, that we become one with, we can't just disengage and disassociate. Because if nothing else, the memory of that is embedded in us for all time. So we carry that person with us. And when we sleep around, we've got so many people inside of here that we don't know how to dedicate ourselves to one person wholly, because that person will be in constant conflict and in constant competition with all of these people that we have in here. See, we have made sex transactional instead of something spiritual. Yes, there's a physical aspect to it, but that's the least of which. The main aspect of sex is a spiritual union between husband and wife. We have to return sex in our communities or in our society to a place of the spiritual. Sex is in God's plan, but for marriage. So let's don't pervert sex Let's not allow the enemy to de-spiritualize what God spiritually instituted. The very future and fabric of our society depends on this. When we take a stand against this kind of immorality, we will offend many people, but we'll owe no apologies.